You know, they were changing it up a little bit here now because I want to tell you a really nice story. Last year, 2013, happened to be a really, really great year for me. I had a very great year, and I did a lot of different things. And one of the best things that I did last year was I got to go overseas. I got to go to Europe, and you know, I've not traveled much in my life. I'm like a Polish boy from Queens, you know, so I don't go many places. I go to, like, you know, Bayonne, New Jersey. I go to Atlantic City, Rochester. I mean, you know, this is like my mother's idea of traveling was like packing us up in a car at 6 a.m. and driving to the Kutztown Fair or something. That was her idea of a good time. But last year, I got to go to 3 countries in Europe. I got to go to Hungary, I got to go to Austria, and I got to go to Poland. And I'm Polish too, so that really meant a lot to me. And you know, you see things when you go over to Europe. You see things over there that you don't see in the United States. We see a lot of crazy things in New York too, but when you're traveling abroad, you see things there that you don't see stateside. I love that word, stateside. Don't you love that? I love to use that. I threw that in tonight just to make, you know, culture. Stateside. So, you know, but you see things over there that you just don't see. Like for instance, I was in Krakow, a beautiful city, and it was October, it was 73 degrees, and the weather was wonderful. It was an amazing day. The sun was out, you know, and it was warm, and I was sitting in Market Square and I'm having lunch there, and the waitress brings me this huge pile of food for like 16 zlotys, which is like $4 US, and I had pierogies, and I had kielbasi, and I had stuffed cabbage, and I'm enjoying it. The food was so delicious. And you know, I look up in the sky, and what do I see flying right over the middle of Market Square in Krakow? I see a pelican. I see a pelican right over the middle of Market Square in Krakow. And I look up and I say to myself, oh my God, now I've seen everything. I've seen a Polish pelican. That day, I saw a pelican flying past the cafe I was sitting in. He opened up his beak, opened wide. There was a staircase that was winding down inside. And then he welcomed me, and I stepped in. Although the welcome mat that lay upon his pelican, it was wonderful to be inside a pelican whose beak had opened wide. And now I live in a pelican, I live in a pelican, and I watch out the window as we soar about, and my tiny people feet never have to touch the ground. And there's nothing wrong with that. Every morning I'll go out and shake out the welcome mats and welcome others in to live inside the beautiful pelican. Oh wait, it gets worse. It gets crazier. So I'm flying around over Krakow and Polchik, and Polchik, that's his name. Well, I told you he was a Polish pelican. So we're flying around over Krakow, and it was beautiful, but I got a little bored. You know, I was just looking over Krakow all the time. I said, hey, Polchik, let's fly over to Vienna and see what's going on over at Vienna. And he says, sure thing, Chuck. So we fly over to Vienna, which is like 145 miles away. And there we're going over to Vienna, and we're looking at all the beautiful buildings there. And we're flying right over the Staatsopera Opera House, right in the plaza in Vienna. And I look down, and what do I see walking right in front of the Staatsopera Opera House? I look down and I see an elephant. And I say, hey, Polchik, look, an elephant down there. Swoop in, I want to get a closer look. And he said, sure thing, Chuck. So we swoop in. That day, I met an elephant. He never tells us that we pelican or pelican. Lifted up his trunk, he lifted wide. There was a staircase that was winding down inside. And then he welcomed us, and we flew in. Although the welcome welcome mat that lay upon his elegy. And it was beautiful to be inside a pelican whose beak had opened wide. Inside an elephant would welcome us inside. And now I live in a pelican inside an elephant. And I watch out the window as we slide out. And my tired people think never have to touch the ground. And there's nothing wrong with that. Every morning I go out and shake out the welcome mats and welcome others in to live inside the beautiful pelican. And there's nothing wrong with that. Every morning I'll go out and shake out the welcome mats and welcome others in to live inside the beautiful pelican. To live inside the beautiful pelican.